All right, welcome back to school. All right, so we're doing notes on circumference and area of circles. This is going to be a mini unit. It's going to be kind of short, so we're kind of going over some basic stuff that you may already know. Most of it, I think you probably do already know from middle school. So circumference, C equals 2 pi r or pi d. Okay, so we know C is circumference, R is radius, D is diameter. Okay, now this is important. Leave in terms of pi unless stated otherwise. What does it mean to leave in terms of pi? So this is very important. To leave in terms of pi means do not multiply the pi. So if you do not multiply the pi, you are going to write the pi. And I will show you exactly what I mean on example 1. Okay, so all I need to do circumference is a radius, and there's my radius. So C equals 2 pi r. Radius is 4, so that's 2 pi 4 in parentheses. Now, the 2 and the 4, I mean, by the way, this is all being multiplied, right? Everything's being multiplied. Well, what we're going to do is we are not going to multiply the pi, we are just going to write it. So let's multiply the numbers that we see there that are not pi. 2 times 4 gives me 8. Let's back that up. 8. And I'm going to write the pi. So my answer is 8 pi. That's it. To leave in terms of pi is to not multiply the pi, but you just write it in your answer. Okay. Notice how that answer looks nice and clean. There's no decimals. Everything's nice. So, all right, my radius is 13. Well, again, my formula for circumference is 2 pi r. So it's going to be 2 times pi times the radius, which is 13. So once again, it doesn't tell me to give a decimal answer, so I'm going to assume terms of pi. So 2 times 13 is 26. And again, do not multiply the pi, write the pi. So 26 pi. And you know what? I've been messing up. Let's go back up to example 1. What were my units of measure here? Feet. And example 2, what were my units of measure here? Also, feet. All right. Well, let's move on. All right. So now here's the diameter. I could use the other formula, pi d, but um, I could be consistent. What's the radius here? If the whole way across the diameter is 24, then the radius is 12, right? So again, circumference is 2 pi r. So that's going to be 2 times pi times 12. And again, terms of pi means do not multiply the pi, but write the pi. So 2 times 12 is 24. And don't forget the pi. 24 pi, and my units of measure are, in this case, inches. Notice how the units are not squared because we're not talking about area. This is just regular old distance. Circumference is like a perimeter. It's a distance around the edge of specifically All right, well, that's it for circumference. Talk about area. Okay, so area for a circle is pi r squared. Obviously, A is area and R is a radius. Once again, leave in terms of pi unless stated otherwise. So we're going to end up doing it that way. So pi r squared. I always remember this one because pi's are usually not squared, so it's kind of a weird thing. But there are some square pi's. Now, example one, the radius is 12. So again, area is pi r squared. All right. So that means pi 12 squared. Well, all I got to do, again, do not multiply the pi, write the pi. So let's take the 12 squared and do that. I type that in my calculator, 12 squared, I'm going to get, oh my gosh, there we go. 12 squared, so we get 144. All right, so 144, and then we write the pi. So 144 pi, and my units of measure are inches, and this time it's going to be squared because we're talking about area. Okay, now what's my radius here? Half of that diameter, 8, is going to be half of 16, right? So area is pi r squared. So we're going to have pi 8 squared. And if we need to, we can figure it out on here. 8 squared is 64. So 64 pi. Again, we don't multiply the pi, we write the pi. 64 pi inches squared. Last but not least, my radius is 5. So area is pi r squared, pi 5 squared. 5 times 5 is 25, so 5 squared is 25. We don't multiply the pi, we write the pi. So 25 pi yards squared. And that's it. So that's a review of circumference and area of circles.